Morning students. Today we are going to do the chapter Deep Water by William Orville Douglas. Now, do you know who was William? William was a leading advocate, वो एक lawyer था of individual rights. He was also a judge at the Supreme Court of USA. USA में he was the judge and he retired in 1975. He had done his tenure of 36 years, which was the longest serving justice in the history of the court. उस कोर्ट में सबसे ज़्यादा उसने सर्विस की थी. He had written his story, Men and Mountains. And it was from this that this part has been taken. Now see, the story has been taken out from his autobiography. अब यह ऑटोबायोग्राफी क्या होती है? You all know. A person who writes his own things. That is called an autobiography. बायोग्राफी क्या होती है? जब कोई किसी और पर्सन के बारे में लिखता है, और जब हम अपनी खुद की जीवनी लिखते हैं, that is called autobiography. So of Men and Mountains, it is from this way he has taken this piece. In this he tells us about his fear of water and how he had conquered it by determination and willpower. When he was a small child, he had gone with his parents to the California beach. There he had got scared because a huge wave had come and had taken him. That remained always in his mind. And when this thing remained in his mind, he got the fear of water. But his eagerness was always there. He always wanted to learn swimming. So he thought of going when he became a little bigger. So after this incident, he stayed first away from water. He did not like to do swimming. He did not like to do fishing. But he wanted to learn swimming. So he thought, why shouldn't he learn swimming with the help of an instructor? So, but this means when he learnt also swimming with the help of an instructor, yet this fear did not ever go from his mind. These childhood experiences were always in his mind. So, in this story we see how William realized death, and after that he got over the fear of death and he learned swimming because of his determination. It had happened when I was 10 years old. I had decided to learn to swim. There was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity. The Yakima River was treacherous. The Yakima River is said to be dangerous, and he is telling us the experience when he was just a 10 or 11-year-old child. That time he thought that he would go and learn swimming at the YMCA, that is the Young Men's Christian Association. Mother continually warned against it and kept fresh in my mind the details of each drowning in the river. But the YMCA pool was safe. It was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end, and while it was 9 feet deep at the other, the drop was gradual. I got a pair of water wings and went to the pool. I hated to walk naked into it and show my skinny legs, but I subdued my pride and did it. Now what happened? My mother kept on always warning me that it is not too safe to go to swim in the Yakima River. And she used to tell me stories and discuss with me about the people who had died by drowning, the incidents. She told me everything. But I felt that YMCA pool was safer because it was just 2-3 feet deep. So I went there. First, I did not want to go. I took a pair of water wings, but I did not want to go because I was very thin and I didn't want to show these legs. But yet, I overcame my self-respect and I went into the water. From the beginning, however, I had an aversion to the water when I was in it. This started when I was 3 or 4 years old and father took me to the beach in California. He and I stood together in the surf. I hung on to him, yet the waves knocked me down and swept over me. I was buried in water, my breath was gone, I was frightened. Father laughed and there was terror in my heart at the overpowering force of the waves. Now what happened, I always disliked going in water. Because when I was a small child, I had gone with my father to California on that beach. And when we were doing surfing, suddenly a wave came. And it came over, swept over me. And I was buried in the water. And I couldn't help, means my breath was gone. I was so scared. And my father was laughing away when they saw that I was terrified. And the waves were very powerful. So that had always brought a fear in my heart. And it was from that day that I had feared water. My introduction to the YMCA swimming pool revived unpleasant memories and stirred childish fears. जब मैं वो YMCA में गया और जैसे ही मैंने पानी में पैर डाला, मुझे ऑल माई चाइल्डहुड मेमोरीज जो कैलिफोर्निया में हुई थी वो सब मेरे दिमाग में आ गई. एंड आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग स्केर्ड. मुझे डर लगने लगा. फिर भी आई गैदर्ड कॉन्फिडेंस. आई पैडल्ड विथ माई न्यू वाटर विंग्स. First I did a little paddling with my these new water wing and even I was watching the other boys that how they were trying by aping them. फिर उनको मैं कॉपी कर करके I tried to learn. उसने 2-3 बार किया on different days and from the beginning to feel at ease in the water when the misadventure happened. फिर मैं अपने आप को comfortable करने लगा इस पानी में. But what happened? My luck was bad and another incident took place with me. I went to the pool when no one else was there. The place was quiet, the water was still and the tiled bottom was as white and clean as a bathtub. I was timid about going in alone, so I sat on the side of the pool to wait for others. One day when I went to the pool, कोई भी नहीं था. Place बहुत quiet थी, there was no one. Water भी still था because no one was swimming there. And yes, it was as clean as a bathtub. I could see the bottom also. But I was scared. मुझे डर लग रहा था. How to go inside it? So what did I do? I just sat on the side of the pool and I was waiting for the others to come. मैं दूसरों का इंतज़ार करने लगा जब तक कि कोई बच्चा आ जाए मुझे वहाँ. I had not been there long when in came a big brochure of a boy, probably 18 years old. He had thick hair on his chest. He was beautiful physical specimen with legs and arms that showed rippling muscles. He yelled, "Hey skinny, how do you like to be ducked?" When I was थोड़ी देर में बैठा होगा and suddenly one big boy came. Like he was a tough and an aggressive person. He was 18 years old. I could see hair on his chest. His physical specimen was really very beautiful. Suddenly उसने मुझे कहा, "Hey skinny," because मैं thin था. तो मुझे बोले, "Hey skinny, कैसा लगेगा if I push you in the water?" So we will continue with our chapter tomorrow.